5 ways you can be so irresistible, he'll never want to leave. Ladies, how would it be to actually have a man who would kind of forever just commit to you so that you don't have to worry ever again whether he's going to ever leave you or not? We want to find that person that we can feel so secure with, and this is the thing, you can, but some is actually up to you. I know that we live in a very harsh dating climate today, where men have become spoiled and much less loyal than back in the days. I do believe that one of the reasons is because there is such abundance of women for them than before. Women are more accessible for men than ever before, and especially with online dating. They can now just download any app, swipe left, right and center, and voila, a woman is there waiting, ready to replace you. However, ladies, this doesn't mean that just because us females are more monogamous that we cannot achieve such a relationship and we have to settle for loose strings attached. Or maybe you say no strings attached, whatever. Well, I wouldn't know, obviously. Now, there are ways on how you can become that woman that men simply find too irresistible to leave. And ladies, I'm going to share you my secrets right now with you. So here we go. Number 1, set boundaries. We all know that men should be respecting us. But ladies, my question to you is, how do you actually get that respect? And I'm serious, what do you do in your everyday life to earn that respect? Or let's put it like this, why is the man still not waltzing around your feet treating you like a queen? Let's face it, that's the real life for many, many women out there today. Now let me give you some tough love. You do not know how to demand real respect. We all know that we should be respected, but we don't really know how to truly get it. The answer, however, is very easy. Like, it's ridiculously easy, yet not many women seem to be doing this. I'm talking about boundaries. Setting boundaries. When you set boundaries, you communicate a message that tells the world how you expect to be treated. Most women have weak boundaries because we are brought up, unfortunately, in a society that doesn't teach women how to truly step into our own power. Instead, we give power to all of our insecurities and to people's pleasing, and actually also to all these false beliefs about our own worth. I would say probably majority of women do not feel 100% worthy, or at least not worthy enough. Because when we feel worthy, we know that no man should be ever disrespecting us or treating us poorly. We know that we deserve love and we deserve kindness, and we really deserve to be treated like a goddess. So what happens? Well, when you send out that energy, guess what happens then? That's the treatment you're going to get. That's how people, men, women included, are going to treat you. Believe it or not, there is no faster way by raising your own value in people's eyes than just by the simple word boundaries. And that's exactly what makes a woman a high-value woman, and is that she's not afraid of demanding respect and setting boundaries. A high-value woman knows that not everybody's going to like it and also stick around for it. But you know what? Yeah, many are going to leave. Many started to leave me when I started to set boundaries. But let me tell you one thing, ladies. My life really started upgrading when I put my foot down and I really started demanding respect, which also gave me a lot of confidence. It's really important to be that woman who first of all leads with self-respect, the one who sees herself highly and demands to be treated in this way. And ladies, just do not confuse this with being a narcissist, because that's totally different. Yes, there are people who are taking this way too far and become truly narcissistic. But what I'm talking about is the feeling of worthy, respecting yourself, and really see highly of yourself. Because when you treat yourself with respect, what happens? Other people will treat you with respect. And my high-value women are not desperate. Not desperate for love, not desperate for attention, not desperate to have a man around even if he treats her like horribly. Please let your New Year's resolution be to let go of all those men who do not treat you the way you deserve to be treated. If you do not know your worth right now, start looking for it. I want you to start communicating your worth to everybody around you, but most importantly, start communicating your worth to yourself. Because as soon as you start treating yourself differently, other people will adapt. Number 2, allow him to be vulnerable. Now, we all know that there is this stereotype of the man who never shows emotions. However, this stereotype is actually not really healthy for our entire society. Surely women find it easier to express emotions than men, but this doesn't mean that men don't have any or should never show any emotions. From my experience and what I've seen around is that those men who tend to attach the most to a woman are the ones who feel that they can really be vulnerable with her and she will not be judging them whenever they show their weaknesses. Maybe it sounds a bit corny to some, but I really do think that if you create a space in your relationship that allows the man to really talk about his feelings and the things that burdens him, and who knows, I mean, he might even cry on a rare occasion, okay? Now, when men have these experiences with a woman, they tend to value this type of relationship much higher, more than the kind of hot one-night stand. And the reason is simple, ladies. It is harder for men to connect to this own side in them because many men feel very easily judged as soon as they show themselves weak. So if the man has a woman by his side who is incredibly supportive in this process, who doesn't judge or make fun of the guy, believe me, there are women who do this, so do not do that. If you are there by his side, non-judgmental at all, you will have a man who will open up to you in a way that won't make him want to leave you anytime soon, because he simply won't have many people in his life with whom he can have these moments with. And trust me, all men need to express these emotions and have these moments, but not everybody allow themselves to do so. So make sure your man can do that with you. Number 3. Get rid of those insecurities. Gone. Guess what causes the most drama in a relationship? Well, besides miscommunication, of course. Well, ladies, that is insecurities. A man starts absolutely 100% fantasizing about leaving a relationship when all he has in a relationship is drama. Having a girlfriend who is so worried that he's going to leave her that she starts creating all this drama in her head, all these paranoias get over her, and just picks fights all the time, or I don't know, maybe is jealous or does stupid things. And by the way, men can do this too, but we're talking about women now. So as a result, with all these paranoias and insecurities, there are fights, there are jealousy, there are investigations, there are doing things behind his back and just going crazy, not trusting the person whatsoever. And that's where probably the biggest insecurity is. Well, actually, who knows where the insecurities might come from? Maybe it's a lack of self-esteem, or maybe the person has had traumas, or who knows, maybe you are so used of having men being jerks to you that you're just looking for signs that your man is a jerk too. Well, ladies, guess what's going to happen? The man gets so fed up, he actually ends up leaving you. Not because he was a jerk, but because you drove him mad. Now let me be honest, ladies. Just because we are women doesn't mean we're perfect. I know that the most common imperfection is called insecurity in a woman. And it's also a big relationship killer. So ladies, how are we going to cure ourselves? My method to curing my own insecurities have always been therapy, awareness, and that's when the healing process starts. If you do not afford therapy, at least start becoming aware of your insecurities. Start recognizing them when they happen. And when they happen, start questioning them. Is this just an illusion in me? Or is this really real? Go back into your pain points, where they come from. Really start digging deep into you, because that's what we really do in therapy. But you can kind of do a lighter version yourself. The most important thing is that you become aware of them, because truly, that's the only way to heal. Number 4, get a life. Yes, ladies, you heard me right. I am serious. Please get a life. I don't want you to only exist because of a man. I don't want you to hang around the phone all day waiting for him to call. I don't want you to obsess about him all day long, okay? So please, get a life. You see, what happens is that the moment you get a life, the moment the man feels that he needs to earn your time, earn your love, earn your affection, they start liking it. Their minds are wired to thrive on challenges, because how else would they be genetically wired to go hunt and win on the battlefield? That's the man's game. They love challenges. We all know that we shouldn't be available to him all the time, because then he will not value the moment when you are actually available and the time that you give to him. And when I say get a life, I'm not just saying like, okay, go start working and just think about your career 24/7. No, of course, I'm talking about whether you want to work, if you do not want to work, whatever your choice in life is. Maybe you can also step into your femininity by being busy with feminine activities like nesting your home or creative activities, maybe some hobbies too. Not every woman has to become a CEO if they don't have to. That does not define a woman to be successful or to have a life. What I am saying is that do not just sit on the couch all day long watching the Kardashians and wait for the guy to call. You are not going to be very interesting to him in the long run this way, because trust me, he's not interested in what happened at the Kardashians, you see. And ladies, when the interest disappears, that's when he wants to leave. So for that reason, ladies, you know what to do. Number 5, nurture him without being a doormat. Now, there is this fear among some women. They think that they need to be very cold and rigid with men. In a way, I think that this fear might be coming from this whole thing that is called a pick-me woman. It's basically a nickname for a woman who is desperate to be picked among the hordes of women, so desperate that she would do anything for the man in order to be chosen. She would be cooking, cleaning, be his slave, etc. Now, this is how I see it. If you are going to be incredibly cold and rigid just not to be a pick-me woman, you might actually end up attracting a very submissive type of guy who love being bossed around by a woman, etc. I mean, maybe that's what you like, but I think it's important to find kind of healthy, balanced relationship, which is why I believe that it's very important to some degree nurture the man in a relationship. But again, not saying to become his doormat or his slave or his cleaning lady, you know? Again, we spoke about boundaries in the beginning of this video. You can actually nurture a relationship, nurture a man while setting strict boundaries. It's about being strict of what you tolerate. So this way, a man is not going to take for granted the nurture that you give him. It will always keep him on his toes and always make him want more. But you set boundaries, giving him the reward when he has earned it, but also showing him what he can get in order to keep him at his best behavior. You see, the female nurture, it is truly worth billions to a man. Us ladies, we are indeed sitting on a gold mine, because it is so easy to persuade a man with your femininity, your love, and your care. But again, not talking about being a doormat. This is a powerful tool that we use with nurturing him. This is how he gets also hooked on a woman, by getting that affection, that love and care that he cannot just get anywhere, you know? Yes, he can go and have a one-night stand, but what he gets with you is different. It's more special, it's more real, and that's what it's important. In my program, Secrets of the Elite Woman, which is, by the way, opening the enrollment soon, we are talking so much about boundaries because I really believe that is the base recipe of being a high value woman, of being an elite woman, a woman that has upgraded herself to the degree that she has found her power, her confidence, and as a result, elevated her lifestyle as well. It all goes hand in hand with each other. If you still haven't put yourself on the waitlist for next enrollment, visit schoolofaffluence.com and make sure that you register, because we are opening the doors very, very soon. Now, ladies, we have spoken today about how to make sure he doesn't leave, but what about how to get his attention from the beginning? In the next video, which actually goes hand in hand with this video, you really have to watch it. It's called How to Make Him Beg for Your Attention. And ladies, I'm going to see you in that video.